Hey, what is it about that 7 year mark? That 6 to 7 year mark? I found out my ex wife was cheating on me 6 years, 7 years into our marriage. 7 years into our relationship, I caught her cheating. Man, I've been doing these stories for a long time. That 7 year itch thing is real.
I discovered my wife, 28 female, of 7 years is cheating on me, 30 male. She doesn't know that I know. I don't know where to begin, but I guess there's no easy way to say this. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. I'm 30 years old. I work from home as a software developer. My wife, Emily, is 28. She's very beautiful. She's a hair and makeup artist. She's incredibly talented at what she does. She mostly works with brides and bridal parties, but over the last couple of years, her career has really taken off. A lot of that success is thanks to John, who owns a really popular local wedding venue. John has been a huge connection for her. Through him, she's gotten work with photographers, local advertising agencies, and even a few small modeling gigs. She's even modeled in some local ads herself. John's in his 40s, married with 3 kids, and his wife is very pretty for a mom of 3. I guess I get it though. My wife is younger and way better looking. Our marriage has been great as far as I know. Emily and I have been together since high school. We're still best friends. We have regular date nights, an active and exciting sex life, and she's always been thoughtful and caring. I never doubted her love for me. That's why this blindsided me. A week ago, I was working from home, and I heard an email notification from my wife's laptop which was plugged in for charging. She had logged into it before going to the gym, and she doesn't like her computer locking automatically when she leaves it alone. She forgot to lock it before leaving it. I saw the email preview notification from John, and it looked fishy, so I opened it. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't even sexual. It was logistical, a time, a place, and some comment about keeping things discreet. But it was the last line that floored me. "You're incredible. I can't stop thinking about last night." I thought about last night. She came home late, said she'd had a long shoot with the photographer, and we had dinner together like everything was fine. Normal. I scrolled back through her messages and emails. Most of it was mundane, work-related, professional, but sprinkled throughout were little hints, things that didn't sit right. John, saying she looked beyond stunning at an event. Emily thanking him but keeping it neutral. Nothing about love. Nothing about feelings, but it was clear something was happening. Then I read an email about booking a hotel for them both in town. It said it was the usual place. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. I started panicking about it and went online, looking for information about cheating. I read about the red flags and thought about the ones she showed. Emily's work schedule had gotten a bit more unpredictable over the last few months. She'd started dressing up more, new outfits, sexy underwear, even on days when she said she was just running errands. She was grooming more down there, but I thought she was doing it for me. There were nights when she came home later than usual, blaming long shoots or last-minute bridal emergencies. But she never seemed distant. She never pulled away from me. If anything, she was more attentive, initiating sex more often, planning surprise date nights, and constantly telling me how much she loved me. That's the part that stings the most. I didn't feel like I was losing her. I felt like we were closer than ever. I started paying closer attention. Later, I was snooping around the house on the pretext of cleaning, and I found a small jewelry box tucked into one of her makeup drawers. Inside was a necklace, simple but expensive looking. I hadn't bought it for her. When I asked about it casually later, she said it was a gift from a client. I didn't question it at the time. It seemed plausible. She works with high-end brides all the time, and clients giving her gifts isn't unheard of. But now I couldn't get the image of that necklace out of my mind. I also started noticing other things. The new clothes and underwear, the grooming, Little shifts in her behavior that seemed harmless on the surface, but now felt suspicious. I've been copying the messages to my computer and torturing myself by going over and over them. It goes back about a year, which is when her hair and makeup business started booming. Here's the thing. I don't think Emily loves John. I've read through the messages, and while he's clearly infatuated with her, she keeps him at arm's length emotionally. There's no "I miss you" or "I love you." Just logistics, compliments, and occasional thanks. One time she even wrote, "Haha, go tell that to your wife." But it doesn't matter. She's sleeping with him. She's lying to me. And I don't know how to process that. I haven't confronted her yet. I don't even know how to start that conversation. I keep telling myself I need more proof, but maybe I'm just delaying the inevitable. All I know is that the woman I thought I knew, the woman I married, seems to be the other guy. If I confront her, she's going to deny it either way, right? I know I should probably just sit down and talk with her, but then that would clue her in. Right? I Googled it, and we live in an at-fault state. We don't have kids. So, if I divorce and I have proof of her cheating, she won't get any spousal support. Also, couldn't she just make up terrible shit that I did to her in order to control the narrative with our families? I mean, I don't think she'd do that, but I didn't think she'd cheat on me either. It's late, and I'm drunk. I'll check out what Reddit has to say about it, but I just want to go pass out and hear any recommendations from people who have been through this. I mean, it doesn't seem like she loves him, but does that even matter at this point if she's cheating on me? When I originally posted, it got buried and ignored due to karma limits. Here's an update, TLDR. On Christmas, Emily got an anonymous gift from John. It pissed her off. On New Year's, she left, promising to come back in time for the countdown and kiss, but didn't and was very late. And Ugly cried way too much about it. I ordered a bunch of spy stuff off of the internet to do my own investigation. Update. Since my first post, I did a lot of reading on Reddit and other forums about how to spot and catch cheaters. Her phone is password protected, and I don't know the password. She's also pretty good about locking her computer, and it was just a fluke that I was able to catch it before. So, I knew I needed to get evidence. The following is not my idea. This is all advice I got by obsessively reading Reddit stories and comments, as well as other forums. I ordered some cameras off of the internet that look like smoke detectors. I convinced Emily that our home insurance would go down if I put smoke detectors in every room. I ordered a book off of the same site called How to Be a Great Husband. Discover the secrets to a happy marriage without changing your wife. And I left it around for her to see. She did, and I could tell it made her uncomfortable. I got a GPS tracker and a voice-activated recorder, VAR, along with some strong Velcro for putting it under her driver's seat. Unfortunately, you have to subscribe to a service to use the tracker, but I figure I won't be subscribed to it very long. Now, this has all been happening from when I first became suspicious until now. Just a couple of days ago is when I finally got everything set up. When I got the VAR, I tested it by hiding it in the table centerpiece, and I sat Emily down and asked her questions. Honey, I am doing a personal inventory to try to be a better husband and partner. To that end, I wanted to ask you some serious questions, and I want some serious answers. Do you feel I have ever abused you in our marriage? Do you feel I've ever cheated on you in our marriage? Is there anything you feel I could do to improve myself as a husband? Again, I ripped this off of a comment I read on a cheating story on Reddit. I didn't come up with this. To the first question, she said no, of course not. To the second, she seemed reluctant but answered no. To the third one, she said she wished we made love more. We've fallen off quite a lot since I got suspicious for obvious reasons, but I tried to initiate a couple of times just to keep her complacent. My heart's not in it when we do it, and I think she can tell. I asked these questions so that she couldn't make up stuff about me abusing her or cheating on her later on. I don't think she would make up lies about me, but I didn't think she'd cheat on me either, so I don't know the woman anymore. The VAR got it all. I transferred the recording to the cloud. I put electrical tape over the display of the VAR so there wouldn't be a glow under her seat at night, and I plugged some cheap wired earbuds into the jack on the VAR and then snipped it off at the plug so that the VAR wouldn't make any noise. Again, I got all of this info off of reading subreddits and forums. I didn't come up with this. Rolling back the clock to Christmas. On Christmas, we spent Eve and Day with her family. It was their turn. Her sister was there with her husband and kid as well as her parents. We were at her parents' house. It was just an hour away. My parents live a couple of states over. Christmas Eve Day, she got a gift bag delivered to her. I didn't see who dropped it off. My mill said it was some teenager. The gift bag said, "To Emily from Santa." At first, she thought it was from me, I think. I assured her it wasn't. It was a gold bracelet. Apparently, it was pretty nice. Her mom and sister are over it. When asked where it came from, she said it probably came from a bridal party that was getting married on the 28th who wanted to reward her for giving a group discount and doing it last minute. She told us that they said she should expect a bonus. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but I nodded my head. MIL and Phiel sort of followed my lead like it was no big deal. Let me be clear that I knew it was from John. The bridal party would have signed their names, not wrote from Santa. Emily must think I'm special needs to fall for that. I just got angry in the moment that she had that little respect for me, so I excused myself to the restroom. Later on, I saw her in the backyard on her phone. She seemed angry and was gesturing wildly. I figured she was reading John the Riot Act for almost exposing their affair. New Year's. She had the wedding on the 28th and was working with another bride for a wedding on the 4th. Whenever her phone would go off, I'd wonder if it was him. On New Year's Eve during the day, she got more buzzes and dings on her phone than normal. She would look at them annoyed. I asked her what the problem is, and she said the bride getting married on the 4th is a real bridezilla. That night, she said she had to step out to go meet with Bridezilla. She told me she'd be back in time to kiss me at the countdown. She came back at around 1:30 a.m. She was crying, sobbing actually, going straight to the bathroom and coming out 10 minutes later. I told her to calm down and asked her what the problem was. She said she was so sorry. I asked why she was sorry. She said because I missed the New Year Eve countdown. I told her she was entirely too upset for it to be just that, but she assured me it was. She even held my face between her hands and stared at me and told me she loved me. I asked her if she had anything else to tell me. She assured me that she didn't. I asked her point blank then if she cheated on me. She swore up and down that she didn't and that she was upset because she missed the countdown because since we have been married, we always kissed each other when the clock struck midnight. I gave her every opportunity to come clean, and she still lied to me. Since then, I got the cameras and the other stuff and installed it all. Now I'm going to wait to get more tangible evidence as well as start consulting divorce attorneys. I expect it will be a while before I update again. I'll be hanging out on Reddit though. This place is addicting. Edit. Trying to head off comments. Getting real undeniable proof is important because my family loves Emily. They think of her like a daughter. In her family, she's the golden child who can do no wrong. If she told them I was abusive or a cheater, her family would believe her. My family would probably take my side, but they definitely interrogate me to make sure I didn't abuse her. Let's see comments. Since you live in an at-fault state, I would advise you to see a lawyer first and to find out what evidence you need before you ever confront her. Recordings may not be legal in court in your state. See a lawyer first to protect yourself. Brother, I'm sorry this is happening to you, bro. You don't deserve to be cheated on. Since you are in an at-fault state, I would recommend hiring a private detective. They will follow her and get you all the proof you need. It's a good investment, and it's worth hiring professionals to get that undeniable proof you need. When you get that evidence, confront her and record everything on video and audio. Get that confession for your divorce case. You are doing good. All the evidence you can get while putting your ducks in a row for when it is time to put off the facade. Do not sleep on just getting the evidence. Consult and follow your lawyer lead. And yes, you need to expose her with evidence more of all to not let her take the control of the narrative as well to protect yourself. Also, hire an investigator to being your irrefutable proof is a nice thing to do. This plus the video and voice, you will have it easy on that. Good luck, OP. Not tipping her off is absolutely key in getting what you deserve in the divorce. I found out that my ex-wife had been in an 8-year-long affair with her boss. She was planning on asking me to move out by saying that she no longer loved me. And she knew, had I not known about her affair, that I would have done exactly that. They had an elaborate plan where I would be kicked to the curb. He would move out and give his house to his wife, then move in to mine, making me homeless in the process, while he took care of his wife and kids and giving him a safe place to go. Problem with their plan is I found out. I hired a PI, best 6K I ever spent, gathered undeniable evidence of their affair and that it was sexual, then filed for divorce. I had her served at work while simultaneously having her boss served with a lawsuit for alienation of affection. Legal in my state got them both terminated and ended his marriage as well. I convinced my at the time soon to be ex that if she testified against her AP in the lawsuit, answering all questions truthfully, that we would have a chance at reconciliation. That was, of course, a white lie, but that's how I found out the duration of their affair and just how much sex they were having. The extent of her affair that she admitted to left me completely broken. I was getting it 10-15 times per year max while she was giving it to him 20 times per month. It's also how I discovered how much money she was taking out of our joint account to pay for hotels and gifts over the 8-year period. It was estimated to be around 25K, possibly much more. I won the lawsuit. I won't ever see much from it, but I won the damn thing, and that's really all I cared about. So, OP's way of taking his time and gathering concrete evidence is the exact route to take here. I never once blew up on my ex, although I honestly wanted to break bones, hers and his. But I kept my composure and won it all at the end of the day. I won the home, which I sold, then bought a better one. She lives in a crappy economy apartment, literally less than about 250-300 square feet. She's miserable and single, and I'm loving every minute of her pain and suffering because it pales in comparison to what I went through. Good luck. Do absolutely everything your divorce attorney tells you to do. Do not tell her you're contacting one at all. She'll figure all that out when she gets served.